In 2001, the U.S. Department of Defense asked the world's foremost expert on micronutrition and supplementation to develop a supplement that could provide a singular daily source of nutritional defense and nourishment for our U.S. troops, not just to protect them, but to sustain them as well. This was no small task, as our troops are exposed to some of the most extreme and harsh environments on the planet, and therefore they must meet the very highest standards of health and wellness to protect our country. After 6 years of testing, over $24 million invested, of which $12.5 million came from the U.S. Congress, 9 months of safety testing with the U.S. Military Internal Review Board, and 14 total clinical studies, including 7 human trials, a total of 7 patents were issued, 4 functional patents and 3 formulation patents, making it the most scientifically validated micronutrient supplement in the world. And the benefits are absolutely staggering. One of the patents states micronutrient formulations for the treatment of diabetes mellitus. I would like to introduce you to this incredible company who has made this life-changing product line, once only available to the U.S. military, available to the general public. Testimonials are coming in left and right, and I am so excited to share this powerful information with you. Click the Request More Info button below, and we will instantly take you inside and give you all the incredible details on this life-changing product. Do this right now, and we'll see you on the next page.
That seems to kind of set it up a little bit there and give us a little bit of an overview of who Dr. Prasad is and really the origin of this product and the company itself. So for those of you who are here for the first time, what you just heard really is 150% true. So as Bernard mentioned, my name is Jonathan Jones. It's my pleasure, my privilege to be your host and moderator for this afternoon. Excited to be able to have a discussion about this. Micro Daily is at the heart and soul of our discussions all the time, but we're focusing not so much so on a product here as we are focused on the science and the formulator behind this incredible breakthrough. So we'll touch on that here in just a moment. As we mentioned, and as Bernard mentioned, our subject matter has to do with breast cancer. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And it's nice that every year they have something that they want the public to be particularly aware of. But for as long as I can remember now, October has been Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And you would think that after millions and millions and probably billions of dollars that's been raised and pumped into this dreaded condition, that some progress would have been made by now. But I'm scratching my head and saying, why? Why are we still talking about this every October? Shouldn't we have moved on to something else by now? Well, as Bernard mentioned, we're going to have to at least tell you this, because we can't give you the impression that the supplements and the products that we're talking about will treat or cure disease. So here's our disclaimer. It's right in front of you. You can read it for yourself. The FDA has not evaluated these statements. Testimonials that you're going to be hearing are anecdotal, and results are atypical. And that simply means that what happens to one person may or may not happen to you. So the Healthcare Support Association of America engaged Global Dr. Prasad, Jonathan Jones, host and co-host, authorized representatives. Nobody's making any claims that these supplements that we recommend will treat or cure any disease state. We're not allowed to say that by law. This presentation is for information and educational purposes only, and is not intended to be a substitute for a visit to your doctor. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. So even if Dr. Prasad answers questions later on, that does not supersede your doctor's advice. Dr. Prasad is a scientist. He's not a medical doctor, so we invite you to avoid asking Dr. Prasad questions that would lend themselves to something that you should talk to a medical professional about. But just to get a little background as to why I always feel so disappointed that we're talking about cancer over and over and over again. It's the number 2 leading cause of death. Now there used to be a gap between heart disease and cancer. There used to be a gap. But look at that. These are the last statistics that I was able to pull up from the CDC's website. And it's still number 2, followed right behind heart disease. 695,000 plus would die from heart disease every single year, followed by with cancer, 605,000 plus.
You're going to
Now,
have done that.
The latest list, they've taken COVID off.
Yeah, but
COVID has been taken off that list, and is no longer there, listed as number 3 leading cause of death. But it was pretty bad. And I will say this: that COVID and some elements of COVID have now led to a rapid increase in certain cancers. In fact, this is a study that was done out of Korea. And I wasn't going to talk about that, but maybe we'll share that information with you at a future date. But a study that was done out of South Korea showed that there has been about a 58% increase in the amount of certain cancers. And I think breast cancer was one of them since the whole COVID world. So now they're kind of categorizing the different diseases and things that have come along as a result of it. And breast cancer is one of them. Some scientists even refer to cancers as turbo cancers now. Turbo cancers. And the reason is because Dr. Prasad told us last week it would take 10 to 15 years for cancer to manifest. From the time that an initiating agent will come in contact with a promoting agent, it could be somewhere between 10 and 15 years. But now they're saying that some cancers are manifesting in multiple types of cancer all at once. They're showing up for the first time at stage 4. That's why these scientists are referring to that as turbo cancer. So if Dr. Prasad had any comments on that later on, we'll certainly talk about that as well. But I do want to point attention to one thing before we leave this screen. You notice how it says accidents there? And accidents is listed as on this particular list, the 4th leading cause of death in this country. I want you to just draw your attention to something here. This used to be iatrogenics. That's what it used to say, iatrogenics. And that was a word that was very difficult for people to understand exactly what it was. So they changed it to accidents. But the accurate definition of that is medical mistakes. Medical mistakes. So the 3rd leading cause of death in this country right now is medical mistakes. So that should motivate you, me, and everyone else to do everything we can to stay out of the medical system. Not that we're bashing the medical system. The medical system, you absolutely have to have it. No question about it. Got to have doctors, especially if there's an emergency situation. But whatever we could do to prevent ourselves from having to deal with it and potentially fall victim to the 3rd leading cause of death, it would certainly be a wise thing to do. But now, backing up to cancer, notice that the number 1 form of cancer still in this country is breast cancer. So that's top of the list, followed by prostate cancer in men. So, but October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that's the reason why this is so important to be having this discussion. So without any further delay, I'd like to just draw our special guest into our discussion right now. And you heard that opening video make reference to Dr. Prasad and the U.S. Congress that ponied up millions of dollars behind his research. Dr. Prasad stepped up to the plate and says, I can fill that order, Uncle Sam. I can do what you need, Uncle Sam. All the other vitamin companies stepped back, didn't want to have anything to do with that. But Dr. Prasad said, I can do that. They wanted a supplement that could have a huge impact and protect the soldiers on the battlefield. And Dr. Prasad accomplished that. He was the world's first radiation biology PhD. And his products, his formulas have been awarded more than 10 U.S. patents. I think it's 11 or 12 now, and counting. Some more have been submitted for patent approval. So Dr. Prasad goes back to, well, I'm just going to skip a couple of these things, but he was the one who discovered the anti-cancer potency of vitamin E succinate. And that should tell you something, because there's more than one type of vitamin E, number one. He was the one who figured out that this particular one happened to be cytotoxic to cancer cells. And he also figured out that butyric acid as an anti-cancer agent. So that tells you that he knows something about cancer very much so, and he knows something about the gut. You better believe that. So if you want something formulated by someone who knows something about something, it would be Dr. Kedar Prasad. He was a professor at University of Colorado School of Medicine for more than 30 years, director of vitamin and cancer research. He also was invited to be a member of the Nobel Peace Prize nominating committee for candidates in the category of medicine. He was invited to be a member of the Royal Society of Medicine in London, UK. So this man has been around the blocks many, many times. We cannot say enough about Dr. Prasad. We're very excited to have access to his insight, his brilliance, his genius when it comes to having a discussion about anything having to do with health and well-being as it relates to natural supplements. So Dr. Prasad, thank you very much again, sir, for joining us in our discussion today. We appreciate it.
I always enjoy being with you and Engaged Family every Sunday. And I'm glad you text me again, but sometimes, I'm so busy in writing everything, can escape for a few minutes. But anyway, there's another good news today. You may or may not know it. I just got a US patent number from my lawyer on, guess what?
What's that?
Can you guess?
I'm gonna guess. Don't tell me it was the Omega.
No, EMF.
EMF.
Micro
Okay.
daily EMF. A long time. It took a long time.
Wow. That's
And,
right.
and,
That's
and the
been patent pending. You're right.
entire documents will be put on November 10th on the internet. But lawyer informed me, here's the US patent number for micro daily EMF. I mean,
Wow.
multiple vitamins seldom gets patented.
Wow.
Ever. I have not seen any.
My goodness, Dr. Prasad, that's mind-numbing right now.
It
And
took a long
that
time because the examiner at least I must have answered 20 times their question. And finally, I guess they accepted it. And I was very happy to.
that's mind-numbing, Dr. Prasad. And I think our audience needs to understand what you just told us here. This is a major announcement, folks, because as Dr. Prasad said, multivitamins don't get patented because that's what people say. It's just the same old, same old. And I've had professionals tell me,
And no
I've
scientific
already
basis.
taken this stuff. And that's not true. That's not true. But Dr. Prasad's formula, EMF, has been patented as unique. Thank you very much, Dr. Prasad, for sharing that amazing news with us on this program today.
I thought it was
And for those of you who are listening on YouTube right now, you just got an announcement that should circumnavigate the world. Instantly, everybody needs to know about this. This is a big deal. So thank you very much, Dr. Prasad.
sure. I just heard about yesterday.
Wow.
A day before yesterday.
That's
Right.
that's truly incredible. And we'll talk a little bit more about this micro daily EMF maybe a little bit in a minute here. But tell us, Dr. Prasad, last week we spent time talking about breast cancer, and we had two examples of individuals who claimed they had shocking results with your product. Tell us a little bit more. What would you like to tell us today with respect to the treatment of breast cancer?
Breast cancer, see, first you have to distinguish between prevention of breast cancer and treatment of breast cancer.
Understood.
So, do you want to talk to treatment?
Yeah, let's talk to treatment.
Prevention.
Last week we went a lot into prevention and free radical oxidative stress, stopping the initiating agents from coming in contact with the promoting agents. What about treatment now?
Treatment now. So here's the things. We published before, actually, in 1979 or earlier, that high dose of individual vitamin, like vitamin C and E, succinate, high doses will kill cancer cell, but not normal cell. It will enhance the effect, irrespective of tumor. And it enhance the effects of X radiation and chemotherapeutic agent on cancer cell, but protected in normal cell. So this was all published in a journal like PNAS and some other very respectable journal. And so, but nobody believed it. Oncologists, as soon as they hear the word antioxidant, they think it will protect against their X radiation chemotherapy.
That's right.
In a way, fear is justified because low dose antioxidant will interfere with the effectiveness of radiation and chemotherapy. So, but then one day I was thinking about how I can explain it. So suddenly it occurred to my mind that does cancer cell require a specific nutrient for survival and growth? So I went to the internet. I said, is there a special requirement? Suddenly I found, yes, cancer cell, all type of cancer cell, as long as you are cancer or even non-cancerous cell, if you are dividing rapidly, they require glucose and glutamine for survival and growth. Then suddenly I thought maybe high-dose antioxidants inhibit the uptake and metabolism of glucose and glutamine. So I said, well, I don't know. Let us see in the literature. So I went to look the literature, and sure enough, individually, some individual antioxidant vitamin inhibits glucose and glutamate metabolism, and others in glucose, just the glucose metabolism, and others just the glutamine metabolism. So I said, that's easy. I can develop a multiple antioxidant formulation and submitted it for patent, and patent was granted, as you know.
Yep.
So high dose antioxidant is different than low dose antioxidant. And so then I said, but I don't have my formula ready to produce. And so I said, okay, let us see if I can make a high dose of a multiple vitamin micro daily EMF. And said, okay, then I can increase the 3 times, and I calculated the dose. It came very close to my formulation, but different types, a lot of differences, but at least high dose antioxidant was very close, not similar, very close to the high dose antioxidant. So I recommended as a transient one. And as you know, transient in the procedure, we develop a protocol. And I told patients that you consult your oncologist before adopting it. And then I submitted a paper, I published a paper that intestinal dysbiosis is also participate not only in the initiation and progression of all type of cancer, all type of cancer, but it also interfere with the effectiveness of chemotherapy and radiation therapy. Once you know that it doesn't require much brain cell to say replace it, supplement with probiotics with prebiotics, because you have intestinal dysbiosis. And so only 2 things we gave in my interim protocol: 3 times of the normal dose of micro daily EMF. Most people use the hydro form, and 3 times after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner. And the probiotics with prebiotics, 1 capsule in the morning and 1 in the evening. That's all. Very simple formula. And result, as you know, is dramatic.
I would say so.
This is important to know, that the cancer cell doesn't care. Irrespective of type of cancer, like breast, prostate, any, or a stage of the cancer, whether you are first stage, fourth stage, doesn't make difference. Or you have become resistant to chemotherapy and radiation. Cancer cell makes no difference. Still you are a cancer. And if you deprive them with glucose and glutamine, they will die. It's so simple.
Absolutely very simple, Dr. Prasad. I remember I'm going to just share one story because we've got some pictures before and after of this is a dramatic case of breast cancer.
Yeah, I think one case that you reported or somebody reported that she has a triple negative breast cancer, which is impossible to treat. And as soon as she took 1 dose of chemo, she got so sick, doctor has to give something else to reverse it. And then they said, I'm not going to do it. And then she followed this protocol. And she claims that she's tumor-free.
That's right. That's right. No, and that absolutely happened. But we have one here. These are some pictures that we've never shown on any program before. You've seen them, but our audience here and on YouTube has never seen them before. These are pictures of Brazil and her story. And the reason we haven't talked much about it was because Brazil did not survive more than a year past this, not because of cancer. She died because of her liver issues. So she did not die from breast cancer. So we need to make sure that everyone understands that. But I was on the phone when you spoke to her doctor, and that's the reason why I want to show the pictures so folks can understand that, because her doctors told her not to take your formula because it was antioxidants, because she was under the same impression what you just said, that antioxidants, it was not good, but that's low dose antioxidants. So she couldn't seem to understand when you were saying this is totally different. Brazil on her own decided that she wanted to use your formula, Dr. Prasad. And she went independently and went and took the radiation treatment from her doctor. But to just put this in perspective, for anybody who does not want to see an actual tumor and you're squeamish about things like this, now's the time for you to look away from the screen. And we'll tell you when to look back. But look away from the screen now, because we're actually going to show a tumor that was fungated outside of Brazil's body. It's huge, and it was about the size of a football, 11 inches from one end to the next, okay? And again, we have not shown this before. So if you're the squeamish type and you don't want to see this, look away from the screen now. We'll tell you when to come back. So I'm sharing it now. This is what the mass looked like on Brazil before she got started with her treatments. That's 11 inches from one side to the next. And triple negative breast cancer, and this was her left breast. She started on your treatment, your protocol recommendation, your high dose antioxidant recommendation, right around January, around February, so this time. And she went through massive amounts of radiation. And while doing so, the mass began to die. And her doctor said that. Her doctor said, I don't understand this, but that thing is dying. It's continuing to die. And she begged her to continue the treatment as she recommended. And here's the next picture just below this. The white area here under here, this is where that mass was, Dr. Prasad, underneath her breast.
Amazing.
That's where it was. And now it was completely gone. And that's in May of 2024 that these pictures were taken and sent. So I don't know, Dr. Prasad. And her doctor came back after the thing was, according to the doctor's observation, she said that thing is dying and continuing to die. And sure enough, little by little, the entire thing just went away. It was gone, Dr. Prasad, completely. Yeah. And after the treatment, she says, I don't know what to tell you. She says, I can't do anything else for you. She says, go back to the team that's been helping you and follow their instructions, because she says she'd never seen a response like that. Her words, I've never seen a response like this. I think Alfreda was working very closely with her. But she was on high doses of daily EMF, Dr. Prasad.
See, even one case, a story like that, if oncologist is willing to put his name and detailed information, we can publish this.
Yeah.
But they won't.
They won't. They're afraid of the license. They're afraid.
They're afraid.
Yeah. So they don't like to say those kinds of things, which is very unfortunate. We do have one other story, a recording of Iris, who shared her story as well. She likewise heard about your recommendations, and she went through conventional treatment. So I think we want to share that one as well, if you don't mind, because there's many folks here who've never heard Iris's story or otherwise, to have some kind of confidence or hope that these kinds of things can happen. Here's the player. So, and Iris's story is in. I just had heard Iris's story again. I've heard the same thing. I've heard individuals chemo and radiation, and that their bodies were just phenomenal. And I've also heard Dr. Prasad say that microdaily makes any treatment better, because it protects the good cells and makes the bad cells more susceptible to the treatment. So I think each person make a decision as to how they want to approach it. And I'd love to hear what what kind of results Iris has, because it may help somebody make a decision.
Yep. Here's Iris's.
Most of you know that I did have cancer. I think it was 2018. And I met I've been knowing Mr. Lewis for a long time. But then, she had introduced me to the micro daily. So with God in prayer and Miss Levette, I decided that I would go ahead on and take the micro daily. And I did it before I had surgery. So I needed to get it in my system. So once I got it into my system, when I had my surgery, I did not have any pain. I did good. Then after that, I did 8 rounds of chemo. And chemo it's poison. It's a lot of poison that's going inside. Okay, didn't get sick one day because I was constantly taking my macrodaily, constantly. Then I did 33 rounds of radiation. Didn't get sick, didn't hurt. So now I'm on this thing called tamoxifen. It's the pills after cancer, and one of the side effects is the bones. I should be aching all over. But because, God has prepared me along with Ms. Levette to be great, of course, he allowed me to not have any pain whatsoever. And I go around, I talk to my clients about, a lot of them have blood pressure problems, all of these different problems. I'm like, you know what? I had cancer. And this micro daily, it attacked that cancer. And I tell you, I'm just grateful. And that's my testimony.
Well,
amazing. 33 radiation dose. I mean,
yes.
33 radiation therapy.
Yes. She went through all the conventional treatments, Dr. Prasad. All the conventional treatments. And that goes back about 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah, and it still survived.
She's still doing fine now. She just shared that.
Only thing that we say to cancer patients, don't take it, is collagen.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we do it, because one of the job of immune function is that if some look like a foreign cell, like a cancer cell, they sell tumor cell killing cell from the immune system to migrate to the area where the cancer is. So the growth of the cancer gets slowed down. But if you take collagen peptide, they block that migration. So good tumor cell killing cell from immune system cannot invade the area where you have a tumor, and therefore tumor will continue to grow.
Makes sense.
Don't take collagen if you have a cancer.
Makes perfect sense. Well, those two cases well illustrate that everything that you've said to us, everything you've taught us, Professor Prasad, about high-dose antioxidant and its ability to support the body's death of or apoptosis of cancer cells is absolutely true. And we're seeing that to be the case. We still have to just repeat for folks, and I like to make sure everyone knows that results are atypical. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. And please understand something, folks, though. We are just talking about science here. We're not talking about anything that would treat or cure disease. We're talking science.
And I always tell them, before adopting this transient protocol, you must consult your oncologist and then use it. Yeah. Now you can say now it is a patented.
This is now a patented formula, and this is what these folks are using, and this is what we're all excited about. Maybe tell us a little bit about what microdaily does and why the EMF is unique compared to the original microdaily formula, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah, microdaily EMF, again, it's from prevention point of view, because, treatment point of view, I just mentioned it. But from prevention point of view of any cancer, any chronic diseases, and also at the advent of, say, EMF radiation, that's a new environmental toxin that also induces cancer, induces all kind of neurological problem. And so hydro is just a water-soluble form of microdaily. But one of the main function of this is not only to protect against external stressor like ionizing radiations, non-ionizing radiation like UV, and EMF radiation. But EMF radiation have some unique function that other antioxidant cannot protect it. And that's why we have called EMF here, because we added a four ingredient in this original microdaily formula. One was resveratrol, one was curcumin, then it was a coenzyme Q10, vitamin B3, which are required for mitochondria to produce more energy, and then two precursor. So this is those four things we added: the curcumin, resveratrol, and a green tea extract. And so it was important that they directly was tested against EMF radiation and they protected. So I said, I will modify my original formula and added those four ingredients. And so and experimentally, for as you know, one of our colleagues, Dr. Court, is extremely sensitive. If he's in the presence of EMF radiation, mentally he can function.
Yep.
But as soon as he takes it, or he have treated like this to some few patients, and as soon as he takes macro daily EMF, within 5 minutes, all function are restored. Why? Because EMF radiation not only produces free radicals like ionizing radiation, but it also vibrates very severely charged particles in your body. And in your body, there is a lot of positively charged, negatively charged particles all the time. And when they are vibrating it, they become very sensitive to damage. And what antioxidant like microdaily EMF does, it has certain antioxidant that can donate electron to all positively charged particles and make them inactive or active. So now they can function normally. And so these are very unique way to protect it. And by the way, also that we submitted a paper how to protect against ionizing radiation as well as EMF radiation, low dose of obviously, like dental X-ray, diagnostic X-ray, and EMF radiation. And this paper was submitted, and I just got information yesterday that it got accepted.
Well,
Here I have emphasized the role of micro daily EMF in protecting both ionizing radiation as well as EMF radiation, because diagnostic radiation you can delay it. Sometimes doctors say, "Oh, you don't have to do it," but EMF radiation you can't avoid it. I'm working
everywhere.
right now. I'm being exposed to EMF radiation. So
Mm-hmm.
the only alternative you have, how to reduce the impact. And then I suggested it, core 4.
That's it. So that folks, you guys all need to understand this. So Dr. Prasad is talking about our exposure to 5G radiation. It's all this EMF. We're being slammed with this right now.
Yeah.
So if we want to reduce the chances of that triggering some abnormal cells, which is cancer, then the thing to do is we take microdaily as a prophylactically. So for
an animal model as a cancer in a very important toxicology center run by NIH, they showed that in an animal model you can control the distance, you can determine the energy absorption, you can control, but human you can't.
That's right.
And so when he did it, even at I think it was 1900 millihertz, and they produce increased risk of cancer in the animal, brain cancer, and other non-plastic type of diseases.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is very dangerous, but we can't avoid it, exposure. Right. But one thing that we have in our hand is how to reduce the damage.
Yes.
Macro daily EMF and core 4 is the best way of doing it.
We can take something that acts as an electron donor and stops
immediately.
That's critically important. I think folks just need to understand that. So listen, folks. Dr. Prasad is really giving us very simple steps that every one of us can take to protect ourselves. Personally, I take double the normal doses of microdaily every day. So I take one dose basically that's dealing with my normal aging, just being a human being, and the second dose I take for the whole EMF thing. So I'm taking double doses twice a day. I have personally found that a single dose every day just does not work for me. So I don't get enough. So it helps me with inflammation and everything else. So I'm taking it all to prevent and to make sure that I don't go down that road. But Dr. Prasad, I want to see if there's anybody else that's on our call today that have dealt with breast cancer. I see that we have Sherry Foster still on here, but is there anybody else that's on the meeting now that that had some experience with breast cancer that's never shared the story before? We still want to hear from Sherry Foster as well, but we want to hear someone else's story that may have also is a breast cancer survivor. And I don't know who SM is. We'd appreciate if you could maybe change your name so we know who you are. Who
at the age of 22 have breast cancer.
SM?
Yes,
SM.
I'm here.
Afternoon or good evening.
Can you tell us your name, please, SM?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for providing this platform. This is Sasha. I'm
Sasha?
currently, newly diagnosed and waiting on order. Just put it in a few days ago. But I've been listening, and I'm not excited yet, but I'm excited for all the persons who have got the results that they deserve and needed, without having to go to the doctor, get in the news, and then feel like the only way they can do this is through traditional, conventional ways, and to feel so pressured, and it's just a unique experience to have to hear that you are that person who got cancer. So I'm newly diagnosed, and I'm excited, but I'm not excited because I've tried so many protocols.
Understood.
And I've paid so much money already. I've lost a job. I am currently unemployed because normally I am a cyber expert, and so I'm always around technology. And so it is. I've tried everything. I've eaten everything that I don't eat, and I'm island, so we have our way of eating.
Yeah.
And I've eaten everything that you can think of, and so far I've only had my tumor grown and grown and grown. So I'm optimistic, even though I'm tired, but I'm not giving up because God just won't let me. And I have family and kids and a kid, so I can't give up. So I'm looking forward to trying the product and hope that my story will be similar to those who have the good the good to talk about the product. My question though is I'm a sickler from birth, and so I have been doing high doses of oxygen and IVs, and so far plant-based 100%, no meat, and it has been difficult but not impossible for me because I need to live. Dr. Prasad, thank you. You have something for me.
Yeah, one suggestion. I mean, since you have already done it, so it's too late. But anytime you or your friend are taking high oxygen for anything, you have to know about it. That high oxygen, and when you take it, they will generate extensive amount of free radicals. So you may feel some transient benefit in terms of energy for an hour or so, but damaging effect of free radical, you cannot reverse it. So one has to be cautious taking oxygen therapy or oxygen in any form more than what you do through air.
Well, thank you, Dr. Prasad. Luckily, I had to stop because I couldn't afford it anymore. And it was your medicine, your protocol is far cheaper than $4,000 every month
Okay.
when being unemployed. So thank you so much for bringing that up, because that was an oncologist that was helping me, so everybody has a protocol sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's the best, but it's not as you're
I was
telling me that.
literally asking the
That's
other.
right. And that's what we're looking forward to hearing your story, Sasha. So please make sure that once you get started, come back and share the results that you're getting.
Right.
So we look forward to that.
So
So thank you for your
I just
comment.
want to ask this question though, since I'm on a plant-based, what is it that I need to stay away from? Because I have had no sugar, I have no process, I've done it all, but I'm still not where I'm making progress in a good way.
Well, the thing that the Dr. Prasad said earlier is what would apply to you especially. See, cancer cells must have glucose and glutamine. It has to uptake both. And high doses of antioxidant blocks the uptake of both of those. So when you add this to what you're already doing, you should have greater success.
Looking forward. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sasha. And Dr. Prasad, we've got Sherry Foss. She shared her story with us once before, but there's a lot of folks on here now. Sherry,
Sure.
you let us know how it is that you benefited from Micro Daily and where you are now in your
Yes,
journey?
how you doing, Jonathan? Hi, everybody. Well, I'm really at the end of my journey to me, but I started like everybody else. I started with the chemo, but it cut my chemo treatments in half. And what I really appreciate about Dr. Prasad's products is that it gave me the ability to advocate for myself. Because when you're on this chemo, you can't think, you can't function. But by me taking the products, I was able to hear what they kept telling me. Oh, your numbers look good, your numbers look good. You're getting stronger, you're getting stronger. So then that made me start advocating for myself. And by me advocating for myself, I was able to not do the radiation. Now, this is what I wanted to do. I didn't, that was my choice. And through that process, I went to the doctor 2 weeks ago. Everything looked good. They don't see anything. I have another PET scan in February, and so far so good. And so hopefully in February I could get the collagen. But everything else is doing well. Thank God. Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Wow, that's wonderful to hear. So tell us, Sherry, just to make it real clear, what was your original diagnosis?
I had the HER2 triple negative, stage 3. I was in stage 3
Wow.
cancer.
Wow. And
Wow.
so the doctors reduced the number of rounds of chemo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, they did. They wanted to do 24 rounds. I think I did maybe 12.
Wow. So they cut that down to, that's about half. That's 50% of what they projected.
Yes.
So that means then that Dr. Prasad, how is that possible? Does that mean that the cancer cells were
Because
responding?
once he saw that the normal tissue are being protected and she's doing better, he said, "Oh, we can reduce it." I mean, these are arbitrary decisions. Could have been at 5, could be 6, but that's their decision. And so, but in the end, question is in the end, if you are feeling great, that's what it matters.
Wow. That's incredible. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you very much for
You're
giving us
welcome.
an update. We're
Thank
so excited that you got the kind of results that you got with that. And look at that
Thank
smile. That's what everybody wants, is that smile right there, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Coach Linda is trying to make a comment. Are you looking to share your story with us here, Coach Linda?
I am. How you doing, Jonathan? Hi, Dr. Prasad. How are
Very good.
you?
Love the avatar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Prasad, it's been a while since you and I spoke, and you know my story. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2018, and I have not had any type of surgery, chemo, or radiation. And I was on your products for about 2 years. And to be honest with you, I hate to admit this, Dr. Prasad, but I'm going to admit this. I had to stop taking your products due to financial obligations, but I'm getting back on the products because I realized that your products are the only thing out there that's helping my body to sustain and live. So once I get back on these products, I'm going to do it full force, do your protocol, the therapeutic dose, 9 capsules 3 times a day. I have someone in my corner who just purchased 3 boxes of it for me. So yay! I'm getting back on it and I cannot wait. I mean, I cannot wait to share my results with you. So thank you so much, Dr. Prasad. I love you. I love these products and what you're doing for people's lives. Thank you so very much.
That's incredible. Thank you so much
That's
for
amazing. That's
sharing your
amazing.
story. We need to hear that kind of thing, Coach Linda. Thank you. And sorry that you had to stop, but glad that you're getting back on. We've seen that a number of times, Dr. Prasad, where folks of life happens, and it causes people to have to make some adjustments in their circumstance. But we always hope and pray that they can get themselves back going again, because it shouldn't cost us this, it shouldn't cost money to have to live, but unfortunately,
Yeah, of course.
that's where we are today. But just briefly, to end our discussion, just to kind of round it out here, I want to just tell folks a little bit about what's going on. And I'm gathering, so it's noisy. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Just to give folks an idea of these products and options that they have, this is the Micro Daily. I think the price has gone up maybe $1 or $2 more than this. So don't take the prices exactly. Inflation has hit us a little bit, so there's been $1 or $2 increase in the products, in the prices. This is Dr. Prasad's probiotic formula. It is by far the best. Do not let anyone convince you that you have to have a minimum of 50 billion CFUs every day. Dr. Prasad chose heat-resistant and acid-resistant strains of bacteria so that it will actually make it where it needs to go. And remember, this is the gentleman who discovered butyric acid as an anti-cancer agent, and it has to do with fermentation of fibers there in the gut. Dr. Prasad's omega-3, outstanding formula. He reduced the amount of EPA because you're getting that which is highly inflammatory in so many different areas in our diet already. So he made sure that we had the right amount of the correct proportions of omega-3 so that we would not be overloaded. He also added one of my favorite things here, borage oil, to this formula. Borage oil is outstanding for diabetic neuropathy. Just outstanding. I'm so glad that he added that in there, but he had, other reasons far beyond, my thinking with that, for that, but that's an additional benefit of Dr. Prasad's formula. This is the one that Dr. Prasad says, if you have active cancer cells, do not take this one. So this is the one you want to avoid. If you have active cancer, once you're declared cancer free, then you can start taking the collagen daily. But for the rest of us who do not have cancer, this is phenomenal for the brain.
That's
Phenomenal.
right.
Every cell in the body, every single organ in your body
Yes.
loves collagen. This will slow down the aging process like nothing you've ever seen. And do not think that this one is the same as the collagen peptide that you get from Costco or from some other store, because Dr. Prasad, this is a patented formula. See, his is patented once again. So we got to keep emphasizing this. There's a difference between all the others. None of the others has enzyme inhibitors added to it. Dr. Prasad added enzyme inhibitors. What that means is you keep what you make. All the other collagen peptides, you pretty much lose it because you're making enzymes that degrade collagen about as fast as you make it. Not with Dr. Prasad's. You keep what you make. So that's the difference with this one. So all the others, you're basically wasting.
And this is also patented.
It is a patented formula. There's no one else has it anywhere.
And another thing that we found out that collagen peptide has it. Amla extract, you mentioned the enzyme inhibitor. But when I was doing research, that what other herbs can inhibit the DPP4 enzyme which destroys GLP-1. See, our current formula, GLP-1, doesn't have it. And so they found out that, amla extract and white tea extract also have a small amount of the inhibitor of DPP, and
Yes.
therefore it will prevent the degradation of GLP that you are taking it. Furthermore, what we did it now, the new product is coming called GLP boost with enzyme inhibitor. In that one, I added another herbs which inhibits 100% of DPP4 activity. So GLP activity will last much more longer, and together with some other one is in a collagen peptides, that would be a powerful for either diabetes issue, glucose metabolism, or weight loss or anything. No other commercial product have an enzyme inhibitor of
Wow.
DPP4.
That's incredible. So I think that's a good motivation right now to make sure that you're taking the collagen peptide in high doses while you're doing the GLP-1 boost until the
Yeah.
new formula comes out. So thank you for sharing that, Dr. Prasad. That's exciting to know. So this is the core four. There's the GLP-1 core four also. So for those of you who are looking to lose a little bit of weight, Dr. Prasad's CBD boost is superior to all others on the market because it's an isolate. And this is important to know. It's an isolate, which means it's concentrated. Do not let anyone convince you that you need a full spectrum CBD. That's a lie. You
Yeah.
just CBD. This is the most important component in the hemp plant. If you
Right.
want to deal with anxiety and you want the
Depression,
CBD and
hyperactivity, all get reduced.
yes. Beautiful,
I
beautiful.
take every day.
Yes, I take 2 of them every night as a minimum. This brain boost is off the Richter scale good. This to me is like a double shot of espresso. You're having memory issues, and anyone who's taking chemo, Sherry Foss mentioned that it's hard to think clearly when you're dealing with chemo.
Yes.
So not only does Micro Daily help with that, the brain boost also will help with that. So chemo brain or any kind of brain fog, this is your ticket right here. Digestive boost. If you're having trouble processing food, which most of us do, especially as we get older, you want to take these before all of your meals, 2 capsules before your meals, and you're good to go. It's like dropping teeth in your stomach. The sleep boost is off the Richter scale good as well. If you're not sleeping between 7 and 8 hours every single night unbroken, your body's having a hard time healing.
I take every day.
Yes, I do 2 of these every night, along with the 2 CBD, and unbelievable. But the price is what's most shocking. If you were to take the ingredients individually here, you'd be close to $1,000. But the retail price, because of Dr. Prasad formulating it properly, that brings it down to $320. If you were buying it wholesale like an affiliate like myself, it will cost you about $250, $260. But for anyone who's on the program today and you buy it as a bundle, you get it for about $205, $206 plus your shipping and tax. So Engage Global is subsidizing better health. So that's the key to this. Engage Global is subsidizing better health. So they're really giving a phenomenal discount that cannot be matched anywhere. If you cannot afford the full GLP-1 Core 4 or the Core 4 itself, then the very minimum you want to go for is the newly patented, it's no longer patent pending, it's the newly patented Micro Daily EMF and the Probiotic Boost. So just get back with the person who invited you to this discussion, and they will help you to figure out what bundles that you would need to get and how to put that order in specifically for your benefit. And Corleen has a comment here, so let's get Corleen's thought here real quick. Go ahead, please, Corleen.
Hey, Jonathan. Thank you. First of all, I just want to say that the synergy that you and Dr. Prasad have when you work together is just so wonderful. I just want to thank you for that. That's the first thing. Secondly, I want to say, please, 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 as we're working with prospects, don't let them buy our formulations retail, you guys. Make sure you sit with them and show them the benefit of the preferred customer pricing. I think that's so important. A good friend of mine called me yesterday and she said, Micro Daily is $106. And I was like, no, it can't be. That was retail. Then we went and looked at preferred customer pricing. and we looked at how she could get preferred customer pricing. I think that's super important. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Corleen. It would be a shame. We don't want people to overspend not one dime more than they have to. So please get the preferred customer pricing. Get back with the person who invited you to this discussion, and they will help you. And if you need further advice, talk to one of the legacy leaders like Corleen, and they'll make sure that you get the pricing correct. And reach out to Jeff, reach out to me, reach out to Bernard, reach out to Alfreda. So any of the leaders around, and they can help you with making sure that you get the best pricing for this. So Dr. Prasad, is not much that we can say. Oh, we do want to give one additional reminder here, folks. One additional reminder. Please don't expect a potion, lotion, or pill to do for you what you could be doing for yourself. Change your relationship with your couch. Get moving. Get moving. It's the single most important thing you could be doing for yourself is to get your body moving. Do not sit back and say, oh, my hip hurts, I can't walk. Oh, my knee hurts, I can't do that. Yes, you can. And the more that you do, the less the pain will become. It will get better, especially if you take the core 4. It will improve. A lot of the pain is associated with the fact that you're not moving. So don't suffer with muscle atrophy or get stuck with what I call couch potato-itis. Barbara Green, you have a question or comment real quick? We're right at our tail end. We're past our time, please.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much for giving me the privilege. I was not able to get my CBD and my omega-3 like Dr. Prasad recommended for me for my nerve that died in my leg, my left leg. It's paralyzed like. So I was wondering, what is the dosage I need to take? He told me CBD and omega-3.
Omega-3, they say you can take a 1 to 2 capsule. No, I mean minimum 2 capsule a day, one morning, one evening. But you can also take it 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening in your case. And also CBD is generally recommended 2 capsule in the morning and 2 capsule in the evening. That will be great.
Okay.
And then let us know how you do.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the privilege. Nice meeting all of you beautiful people.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barbara Green. Dr. Prasad, thank you very much, sir, for all that you add to our world and our life and our knowledge base. For those of you who shared your stories today, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to being back next week. Jeff Ashby is going to be covering Everyone Has a Story. So if you've got testimonials, we want to hear them next week, because that's what makes Dr. Prasad's heart beat. He loves hearing testimonials and getting that feedback. So bring your stories next week with Jeff Ashby. Thank you very much, you folks. Have a good night. Thank you, Dr. Prasad. You guys can unmute if you like.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Prasad. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My team, 15.